What's going on, Juicy Vapors? Welcome back to another review. I'm Chef Andy. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's going to be a good one. We're doing two things, one video, so stay with me so we can plug right ahead, and I'll try to do my best to make it quick for you. First thing we're going to be doing is an unboxing. I'm actually going to be unboxing it for you guys. I already pre-unboxed, as I like to say, so I could have looked at the instructions, and also since I'm going to be trying a new juice on there, I wanted to prime up the tank, but we're still going to unbox it. We're going to be doing the REBEL3 by VaporFi, with the Ejuice being the Ultimo line of Ejuice by Vapor4life. That's Vapor, the number 4, life.com, and it's creamy dreamy is the flavor. And so here we go. Without further ado, I got this in today. I was quite happy. Nice instructions and a warning on the back. The warning is in bigger font than what's in the box. Check it out. Alright, so what's included in the box for the VaporFi? The Fi is with an Fi, the REBEL3. It's got a 3000 mAh battery. It's got a tank with a 0.5 ohm atomizer. It's got an additional 0.5 atomizer coil, a spare one, USB charger, wall adapter, and user guide. We'll kind of get through this part of it quickly. Right there. Put it right there for you to see. There's the boxing. One thing I do like about this, I will share with you, is that it has a nice foam. Since I do a lot of shopping online, that's encouraging to me. And if you're paying premium price for these machines to vape on, you should expect to get some protection and premium packaging to go along with it. So I pulled off, you'll see this nice big round cylinder, right? That guy right up there, and I'm going to take that off for you. That guy right there, from here up, here, let's put it on this one, is the tank. It's got two nice big old airflow holes in there, but I'm going to take this off right now. I'm going to unscrew this so you can see the tank and what we're going to do in comparison, so that you guys can get an idea of how big the tank is. When I say big, I don't mean long, I mean wide. So I'm taking off one of my tanks that I like, the Arctic tank, and it's a 22 millimeter diameter, and so you can see the difference. See that? Right there, you see that? That is huge, huge. Alright, I'm going to put that one down, and I'm going to go ahead, even though I've already pre-primed it a little bit, I'm going to open it up so you can see the juice in contrast. There's your coil, and there you go. You can see the juice in there. What I want you to see real quick, though, is to give you another reference point. Let's take a tincture, alright, the same tincture that I used to fill it up from the juice. Look at this. This is the tincture, right? You see, okay, let me get it up high. There's the tincture, there's the well. Look how far down that goes. That's huge. Alright. So I'm going to seal this back up again. Once again, there's your tank and juice. Sealing it back up. We're going to put that aside for a minute so I can just quickly go over the 3000 mAh battery, which obviously is short and fat. I have pretty good hands. Man, I'll get this camera placement one of these days. Here, I'll just put it down here. You can see I've got pretty big hands, and that fits just pretty good in the palm of my hand. It's got a good weightiness to it. There's your firing button. Let's go over here for this one. There's your firing button. It's got the standard click 5 times to start or stop it. I should say turn it off or on, my bad. Alright. So there is the total unit put together, and again, short, stout on the drip tip, Fits real weighty into my hands, real good, nice. The rest of the box, your USB cable, if you want to hook it up to the wall, there's your wall connector, and your instructions and the additional coil. They are all in that box. I'm going to put them all back so we can close up the box and get to the next part of this and get you guys on your way so that you know how it works and what we're using to make it work. By the way, I always keep a towel with me so I can keep my work area clean. You don't want to pick up any other particles of dust or cross-contaminate your juice to make it taste. Alright, that's the only word I'm going to use. Ugh. Alright, so what we have here, and this is what's in this tank right here, we have a box of DREAMY Ejuice or the Ultimo line by Vapor4life. So once again, that is the Ultimo line of Ejuice, DREAMY by Vapor4life. This is a 60-40 VG to PG blend with a 4% nicotine. I smoked for over 20 years, and I'm now 5 years tobacco free. Over 5 years. I will share with you, without getting into a long story, if you are a first time vapor coming off cigarettes, you might want to start with a higher dose of nicotine and then step it down as you're comfortable. That way you can make an effective step down off of smoking, and it won't cause you too much heartache or any of that. Now again, earlier I just kind of pre-primed it and filled a little bit of e-juice in there. We're going to go ahead and top off in our REBEL3 by VaporFi, the tank. We're going to go ahead and put in the Ultimo line of e-juice. DREAMY is the flavor. 60-40 blend VG to PG with a 4% nicotine. But you might want to start at the back to my original thought, and I'll do two things at one time if y'all don't mind. You might want to start with a heavier dose, and if you're in doubt, buy small bottles, try them out, see what works for you. Don't spend a lot of money until you plan on becoming a long-term vapor. Maybe you want to step down. And still, the hardest part of the addiction really for me was the hand-to-mouth, and I am still addicted to hand-to-mouth. That goes for eating too. Obviously, being a legitimate guy that went to school for culinary arts, you don't see me with my jacket on right now because we're just doing an unboxing, and I'm not doing a DIY of any kind right now. I'm just wiping this off. Alright, let's go ahead and get this tank on. But yeah, you might start at a higher dose. I would recommend though maybe spending a little bit of money on a decent little tank that's gonna. I'm not such a big fan of the little egos and all that, just because I immediately, when I bought one, I was disappointed because it just was very different than a cigarette. But I found with the little bit bigger, better tank, a little bit bigger, better battery, it was much better. But I didn't want to spend all my money, yet I ended up buying, somebody recommended to me I bought a machine that had a couple different ohm coils on there, and then when I found my comfort zone, I then went ahead and tried the smaller bottles of 10 and 15 milliliter to find flavor, nicotine strength, BGPG. You kind of do have to go through it. It's like learning what kind of cigarette you like. Having said that, I've already got it turned on. I had it turned on. I've got the airflows open. Initially, you want to take a few draws. I told you how in the beginning I took it off. I put a couple of drops over the wick and in the coil to make sure that it was primed. I put a little bit of oil so it was already soaking. Now normally what I do is then I would take a couple of suction it just doesn't come out right for my mouth. Go ahead and take a couple vapes without the power on, just to make sure you get it through the wick so you don't get a dry hit, a burnt nasty taste, or in my case forget to clean out the dripper there, just get oil straight on your lips. Alright, just to show you it's on, I'm going to put it in front of the microphone so you guys heard that. I'm going to do that once or twice more, simply so I can let some of that oil burn off. Alright. My first reaction to this, once a little bit of that oil kind of went down up front, you know, it's kind of got that taste of if you ever had, like, I want to say orange sickle bars, the orange popsicles, but with the cream vanilla ice cream in the middle, but maybe a little more fruity but mellow, not too overpowering. It's just very nice, not too sweet, but not too unsweet either. If you see that little pause, I'm taking it back to my throat. I don't do full lung hits anymore. Don't need to. Nicotine can be absorbed through your mouth and throat lining. What I'm doing is I'm kind of if you ever saw any wine tasters, especially in culinary fine dining, you swish it around in front of your nose to get that floral scent. You're looking for the up front floral taste, and I always say floral when you're dealing with fruit or that kind of flavoring. But also I'm looking for on the back end is what's left when that little trickle of oil is there. Do I taste negative? Do I taste positive? Subtle notes? That's why I do it a few times. I want to make sure that it finishes the same way it starts. I'm going to give it one more puff, and then after that, if you'll go over there and join up one of my social media channels, YouTube, Twitter, add any opinions you have. Have you got one of these machines? Want to add your input? Have you tried the eJuice? If you want to add your own input, ask questions. Even my email is over there, so be sure to stop on by and connect up with it. I'm still a new reviewer, I don't mind saying that, but I do have practical skills from culinary and all that, and being a former smoker, and heck, I even managed to Jiffy Lube oil change place for a while, so I know about oil viscosities and all that stuff. So you know, hey, but by all means, we're all different vapors. We're all, you know, we're all different and unique in our own way on how we vape and the type of flavors we like. So I always welcome everybody. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to take one last puff before we sign off for the night, and then I'm going to start going back around to some of the products that we've already tried and adding in my updates. Hopefully I'm trying to do it 1 week then 1 month, not to overdo it either. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to go take a look and see if I can get a better coil. A little more draw with that 0.5 on there, but it's still good. Flavor's real good. Having said that, I'm good. Are you good? Well, if that's so, later.